Hello everyone, my name is Jaune, and the wait for this week's RWBY episode has been absolutely grueling. I am here to react to RWBY Volume 9, Chapter 9, and I'm all ready to see Summer, and I really hope that wearing this shirt pays off, because I don't want to have to put some clown makeup on. I've looked into the fates, and the fates have stared back at me, and told me that it's time for Summer. They really have. There's just so much to get into, but as always, if you're just here for the reaction itself is neatly marked if you scroll ahead, and I do have a Patreon if you do want the remainder of these reactions as soon as possible. You can always sign up for early access over there. To get into last week was brutal. It was absolutely brutal with Chapter 8. The whole episode was just constructed to tear RWBY into pieces until she can't take it anymore. It's very hard to watch, though it is a very good episode. As well as a reveal for the Curious Cat, as well as a kind of reveal for what Neo's arc is all about, that she feels completely empty inside after getting her wish. To where the Curious Cat can completely disregard RWBY, and just say, nope, my focus is now on Neo. Neo can give me what I want. So this episode, I really do think we are going to get more RWBY focus, that Weiss, Blake, Yang, and Jaune are going to take a back seat as we get more RWBY focus this chapter, so that Chapter 10 can be the final push out of the Ever After. The lore and the world either will fully reveal itself in Chapter 10, or it will have been fully revealed by that point, to where it is literally just the last push to get out of the Ever After. I have not looked at the thumbnail, title, or runtime for this chapter yet. My thoughts going into it are that it is going to be Summer, Rose, RWBY, Little, and the Blacksmith. The Blacksmith still has the weapons that they had before, with Alyx, Penny, and Summer's weapon. I want RWBY to have a one-on-one with Summer, I want her to have a one-on-one with Penny, and I want her to have a one-on-one with Alyx, because those are three characters that RWBY could really use hearing from right now. And Summer Rose could also very well be the White Queen if we are going to have more Alice in Wonderland lore and allusions and connections, because the White Queen gives Alice a vial of the Jabberwocky's blood, which she can then use to leave, or something to that extent. I'm not familiar with the lore of that classic tale. I don't think we're going to see too much from Weiss, Blake, Yang, and Jaune this chapter, but if we do, it will be there to advance the plot line of the Curious Cat, of Neo, as well as probably some lore, because we still haven't seen the original Jabberwocker since Chapter 3. But no body, no death. It's gonna come back in some form, in a way that will probably allow us to advance the lore of Alyx, right? I do think that Alyx reincarnated into that, because we don't actually know whether or not Alyx actually fought a Jabberwocker, when all of the stories that we've heard about her original story are unreliable narrators. So we don't actually really know how that came about, and even if it were the Jabberwocker, if she did kill it, it would have maybe ascended into something else, and she would then ascend to take its place if she still is around. But the way that I would have used the Jabberwocker narratively if I were writing the show is to tear RWBY down, but RWBY's kind of, hopefully, done being torn down. So I'm a little less confident in that theory, but I do think that there is still a little wiggle room to use it, maybe in a different way. But either way, let's look at the title and thumbnail and whatnot for Chapter 9. A tale involving a tree, and it's Weiss, Jaune, and Juniper. Okay. Okay, let's get started. This is only 15 minutes long. I'm a little worried. I do think that Little is the dormouse, and that Little is both the door and the mouse. That Little is going to be the door leading them out of the Ever After. That's a popular theory that I would really like to see. And it kind of, I could totally see the crew going in that direction. Just like, get it? Door, mouse? That would be really funny. But gosh, why does this have to be such a short chapter? I was really hoping this would be long. Whatever is going to happen, I just really want it to have the ability to dedicate as much time as possible to it. But are we going to start with RWBY?
Opened for Alyx at the tree.
The narrator, yes, thank you. I want it. This is Summer, I swear to God. I swear to God, it's
The
summer.
girl had a great many questions to ponder. After all the lessons she
So this is the original story,
and the friends
right here.
she'd made and
I'm
lost.
lost.
Who
Yes!
would she become?
Thank you!
Would she still be the same Alex when she went back home?
This is summer, let's
The
go!
leaves of the tree
I said this, I literally called this.
Alex heard
I
one
literally
question.
fucking called this, dude. I said that would be summer reading them a bedtime story. I fucking said that 9 months ago!
The pleasers now, Ruby. What does this place want?
I told you! I fucking called that 9 months ago! And now he has to stare back at it. But they're going back to, they have to go to the tree now. There's literally nowhere else for them to go.
What did I do wrong?
You were avoiding the truth for decades, Jaune.
To get to the tree.
There aren't any bridges to the tree, though, if we have Jaune's map to go by.
So kind as to tell me how I can help.
Yeah, so this...
Perhaps you are hungry?
Now they've ascended, and these are the same people. Jaune needs to just understand that, like, these are the people that he's been holding back.
Anything else? Please don't hesitate to ask. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
What?
These are the people you've been holding back, Jaune.
We are the genial gems, and we have arrived
Genial
to clean up
gems.
this beautiful land and create something wonderful and pleasing.
Mm-hmm, exactly. This is just his awakening that, like, it's not death. This is what Jaune needs to see right now more than anything, I think. I'm not sure what they can really do, but we'll see. It looks like they're able to remove the flooding to some extent, so that's awesome. Their first step is going to be... yeah, they're, able to withstand the...
Them, isn't it?
withstand the flooding.
It's just like they said.
Mhm.
They came back from the tree better.
This is exactly what Jaune needs to see right now. I really appreciate this.
By trying so hard to save them,
You were holding them
I
back.
stopped them from becoming what they needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
I was being selfish because
You needed to feel a certain way inside.
of rescuing someone,
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
and I got that here.
You got
I
it,
think
but
you're
at what
asking too much
cost?
of yourself.
Yeah.
We've been telling ourselves that failing means we're no good. But I can guarantee even the best huntsman in history, they got
Cute.
lost.
Summer.
But they were still incredibly brave
Mm-hmm.
and good.
Yeah.
Wise.
He needs to be able to move forward. Because that's what the tree represents in this whole volume is you can go home if only you try. You need to
Cat was right.
be ready to take that next step. You need to be ready to move forward.
I just needed to
At
accept
all.
it.
So
It's not a place you go.
so are they returning to the tree now?
What?
They've accepted the tree's calling. They're at the tree now.
It's a place you know.
But where is that? Is that their childhood homes? Is it the Forest of Forever Fall? Is it what are we where are we at? Where is this place that they know? How is it going to manifest for everyone differently maybe? Like what do they see? I need this. I need whatever this is. That was the herbalist. But what are they looking at? My god.
Ruby?
Do they actually see her, or is it like... So these are the people who have been called back. But, like, in what form? Because this isn't... Or are these just the people who are in the process of being remade right now, and maybe Herb is still here, and Ruby's still here?
We have to get her out.
Yeah, but maybe this isn't the way.
This is how we got here, or why the tree brought us here.
Because this is what...
Acceptance.
We've done everything we can.
Mhm.
Now it's up to
Thumbnail.
Ruby. Whatever happens next,
That's on her.
we have to welcome that.
Yeah, but this is ultimately who she wants... But it's who she wants to be, though, is the difference. So this is the herbalist. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, because they didn't really have the wings yet, did they? Or they did, but they were different.
Maybe that's not for us to decide.
It's not. You need to be able to trust in her ability to get back from where she was. But we will hopefully see a reveal of who Ruby Rose becomes soon. Through that same thing that Harb just did. But what do you see? Where are you at, girl? Where are you at? Oh my goodness, I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this ever since we've learned that it's possible. Not even just last volume. Okay. So, we still see the blacksmith, but in a better light this time.
I wasn't expecting to be here. Are you the
Yeah.
You could say that.
In a way,
That is a simplistic
she's the arbiter.
and what it does.
What's going to happen to me? Am I gonna die?
Nope.
The only thing that can happen to you here is what you want to happen. The choice
It
of what you
has to
want
come
and where
from
you
her.
want
I've been saying
is
that.
yours to make.
People misunderstand the tree. It's like it comes from Ruby. It doesn't come from the blacksmith. It doesn't come from what the tree puts onto her. It comes from her, and she doesn't know what she wants to be exactly. But she needs to find out, and who can she learn from but her mother?
What's that?
So she's not going to come back until she knows what she wants to be. But is that the door home?
Is that?
Oh no.
Way home.
Oh, please don't let this end here. Oh god. The cat can't go back. Oh no.
Good! You made it!
I guess you're a little kid. Daddy,
That is so memeable.
It's been the worst of the bunch.
So Neo can't go through the door.
No.
Does there need to be some kind of
She has
character
no
progression?
attachments to your world, nothing to return to. She has failed me, just like Alyx did.
Yeah.
Like Alex?
Yeah, Alyx couldn't return home because
The
she...
wretched girl whose story you've been foolishly following all along. The same girl that I followed.
Let's go! Alright, we're back here.
Promised me she would bring me back to Remnant with her.
But she
But in
didn't
truth, she had
know...
no intention of taking me.
Did she have no intention, or did she not realize?
She had a sudden crisis of conscience. Decided she wanted to fix everything she'd broken in the ever after, including poor Jaune.
Is that the Jabberwocker?
Sweat. And at the very last moment,
Oh, she did become the
didn't.
So she did become
You do to her.
Juniper.
What anyone would do.
Because she went back for Jaune.
Useless thing.
But did she...
You didn't. You.
So she killed...
Monster!
So he killed... He killed her, but she came back as Juniper.
Yes! All my work. It's not lost!
I can't take this seriously.
She wants
Why does...
nothing more than to return to Remnant and play hero. I just need to cut her out. And she
I
will
can't take...
me
I
there.
can't take these games seriously.
Whatever happens to Ruby,
She's too swole.
not you or anyone else.
Then I'll put you in the ground.
I need this. I seriously hope there's enough time left in this chapter. Thank you.
The souls that are moving on, whatever they become next.
Do they choose what their next life will be like?
Such
Yes.
concern for
In a
souls
way.
you don't know. Or is it for yourself?
It's for her... Oh, God. So we're getting a Neo fight.
We will let you get to Ruby!
But don't you see? What
She's-
comes out of that tree might not even be your sister any longer.
But they have to have the faith. They have to have the faith. And I think they can. I think they will.
I wanted
God. I don't know if we're gonna see that fight fully, but personally, I don't care. Yes,
Just
her
wanted
mother.
to do the right thing, but every step of the way, it's like there is no
She
right thing.
can't.
I've tried so.
She doesn't even know what she's fighting for. She can't even find the courage of what she's fighting
Just
for.
done more harm than good.
So if she's built on this lie,
Who I
she
need
doesn't.
to be,
Yeah.
because who I am right now.
You need to be who you can only be.
What if you could be anyone?
Oh. So here we go. We're back to these weapons again. I need this.
Back home and lied about everything that happened here. But you were the one
Exactly.
who killed.
But Lewis went, boy, I knew it. Lewis is an Oz.
Just more fairy tale nonsense.
Gosh. Do it! Do it anyway, boy. Oh, God. Gosh. Oh, no. Oh, that's their undoing, though. That'll be the source of conflict for Chapter 10, but whose weapons are you going to see? Are you going to take a peek at your old mother's weapon again? Because that was definitely her in the vision.
Too.
It's not about who did, but who could. Can you feel the woman who might hold it? The weight of who she is. She could be you. You could put any one of them on and leave Ruby Rose.
Oh, red like roses. Oh, I love that. I love that gentle score. I love it so much.
So heavy.
It is.
Only
It's
thing
the
I can feel
badge and the burden. Is the burden.
never, ever goes away. The feeling of not being
Enough.
enough.
And how would you measure enough?
Right. Her mother.
Before she went back home, the girl
Yeah.
had a great many questions to ponder.
She keeps measuring up to this vision of her mother, but maybe if she understands that her mother wasn't enough either, then she can... No! Oh my god! Fuck this show. Fuck this show, man. I've been waiting a whole ass week, and I need to wait another one. Oh my god. My headphones are tangled on my chair. God damn it! So this is how you break me. So this is how you tear me down into my individual pieces and parts. Until I need to figure out what is left of me. I swear to God. I asked for Summer and I got her, but that's about all I got. I need to go back to these voices.
Are you?
This episode was too short, man. But you know what? Where are the voice actors? I need them. Summer motherfucking Rose, baby. I said it 9 months ago. Genial gem, that's right. Okay. Oh my god. This finale, man. I'm so glad that we're finally seeing RWBY externally express what she's felt, and that it is this feeling of not being enough. That she can never be enough. That she needs to find somebody who she can just be. And that's herself. Because that ultimately, that is going to be what unmakes her. Or remakes her, rather. So, I don't know how this is going to come about, but at the very least, if she doesn't know how to be enough, and she sees Summer, and she needs to learn, ultimately, how to be enough, that she would talk to Summer. I literally just want a scene of Summer and RWBY talking at the cliffside, but more probably... It would probably be better thematically if it were at the house, in the bedroom, like we just saw. I just see what I want. I actually cut it. I cut a little piece out of my last reaction. It didn't make the final cut because I thought about making it its own video, but then I ended up not making it its own video. But it was just me talking about wanting Summer and RWBY to talk. And that's very possible now. I feel like next chapter is going to open with that before it can then transition to the fight again at the inside of the tree. And now I'm going to rewatch the chapter just to make sure that I didn't miss out on anything that I'd seen. But I am going to cut out parts that aren't relevant, stuff that I already got the first time around.
What does this place want?
I'm trying to... I know that's a theme that we've heard, or maybe it's just instrumentation, like a sound print that we've heard before, but it sounds very familiar. What is this music? I don't know if I've... Out of all of the different chapters we've seen so far, this is easily the one that I'm most excited to hear the final score for once it does come out. Both for this, for the start, for the score at the beginning, as well as the final cue, which is a reference to burning the candle from Volume 2.
I was being selfish because I
couldn't move on.
The rush of rescuing someone.
That's the lesson that RWBY's needing to learn too, is both RWBY and Jaune need to understand that they are enough. And Jaune can kind of get that without going to the tree, but we are seeing that with both of them. I still am kind of confused about the place you go versus the place you know, because, like, we haven't quite seen that yet. It's a place you know in that it's like you're searching the depths of yourself. But I want to see that literally in a volume where everything is oddly literal. I do want to see RWBY having a moment with Summer in a place that she actually does know. I do still want that. Yeah, and I did see that, like, the blacksmith's braids or locks are the same colors as Alyx's, like, sash as well, which is really cool. And I kind of misinterpreted the line about Juniper. Or the line to be about Juniper, rather. And then here as well, both of the gods' figures are on that door too, which is really cool. So, like, maybe it's not the way directly to Remnant, but it is the way to somewhere that would also be connected to Remnant or something like that. Who knows how much Volume 9, Chapter 10 has time for. Yeah, so this is the important thing too. Theoretically,
Alyx?
I don't know if it's possible for the cat to return to Remnant the way that they're doing, because being an empty husk means that they lack attachment.
Decided she wanted to fix everything she'd broken in the ever after, including poor Jaune.
So that's the thing too. The idea of including Jaune is she is the blacksmith, but she also gave somebody else the purpose of Juniper, and that Juniper's purpose is essentially to allow Jaune to be the knight without giving Jaune that, like, purpose itself. So she's not Juniper, but she did allow Juniper to exist in a way that would help Jaune. So that's kind of how I might have misinterpreted that scene, because I do like Alyx being the blacksmith a lot more. What I imagine happened then is anybody who gets broken goes to the tree. Once Alyx had that purpose, and then she was broken and went back to the tree, maybe then she became the blacksmith. But we'll have to see next chapter as well. Because she didn't become the blacksmith then. He killed her, and she was forced to ascend. I'm gonna cut to the end of the episode here, because essentially what RWBY is understanding is she's finally verbalized that she does not feel like she is enough. So the best way to send the best message about being enough is to be yourself. So I don't think she's going to take any of these weapons at all, but she will have a time with Summer's weapon. This is going to lead somewhere. As much as it would be cool for her to be able to talk directly to Alyx and directly to Penny, like I said in the beginning, with those original swords, they end up showing all these other weapons too, so it just becomes a lot more about just Summer here. But I really, really want her to have that one-on-one so badly. She needs it. And I didn't notice this first too, but we do also have Summer Rose concept art, and that is fantastic. We also got, okay, so we do see a little bit of the transformations that this gun can make. That's the barrel, and that's the stock, and it also looks like all of these blades collapse together and then fit right into the stock, because where the hell would they go otherwise? That's really cool. Pops up, pivots. Yeah, so that folds down into here, and that they can extend outwards as well. This is beautiful. I love the light blue cyan, like, mystical vibe here. This is just phenomenal. I know I've said it before. I know I have, but I'm gonna say it again. I need to listen to the score for this when it comes out. It's so pretty. And I've actually seen as well, Sarah Tilgner had posted a version of it on Twitter. As for it being completely cleaned up, that's what I want to hear more too, and just hear all of the other scores for this volume, because I don't think we're done hearing really, really, really pretty music either. Wow. This volume, man. It's so good to see RWBY confronting this, and she has been confronting this for a while, but actually just literally getting to externalize it is doing so much for her. And it's not that she's not feeling that pain anymore. She definitely is. She says it is so heavy, but merely externalizing that does take some of that weight away, and that should continue to be the case, because end of the day, if RWBY becomes anything but herself, it's a disservice to her. And we know that Alyx can do that. Alyx did that. Alyx went to the tree where RWBY is now and came back with all our memories. She had a crisis of conscience, so she definitely grew as a person when she was in the tree, but she didn't change in terms of purpose, in terms of losing memory. So at this point, we have no reason to believe that that's actually going to happen to RWBY too. This whole episode, especially this scene with all these weapons and everything that the blacksmith tells RWBY about how it really is up to her. I can't not wait for next week anymore. Like, it's not possible for me to be more excited for next week, for us to finally see RWBY's conclusion here. This episode has done so much. It's very short, and it definitely feels like a part one to what comes next rather than its own separate thing. But the next episode is also going to be the longest of Volume 9. Current projections say that if this one figure they gave us this one time were correct down to the second, then Chapter 10 is going to be 26 minutes and 9 seconds long. So that's kind of what we have to look forward to. There is a kind of sense that stuff was missing, and they kind of only showed as much as they needed to advance the plot, but it's still enough to me. Everything that needs to be there for RWBY is there. So I can't fault Chapter 9 too much, though as short as it is, does kind of give you the vibe that things are absent. And for once, I don't think like I'm at a point now where I don't fully understand the episode or I haven't digested it enough. This was a very straightforward chapter in terms of what it set out to do. There was a lot of setup and a lot of payoff at the same time. We still have to look forward to exactly what is behind the door, exactly what that means. Where are they going to go on Remnant when they reach the other side of that door, or are they going to go to some other realm where they can talk to the gods for a hot minute before the gods let them go home or something like that, because the gods are on that door. And it would be kind of weird if it weren't an afterlife, if this weren't actually the afterlife, which I'm a little shaky on that because we only have one more chapter to go, and it feels like that chapter has so much else on its plate that can it really be the afterlife? I don't know. It just seems to me so much like we're going to get Summer. It really does. You don't build another world separate from Remnant if you're not going to play in it in its fullest extent. And Volume 9 so far has really proven that they are doing that. They are playing in this world. They built another world where so much more is possible because they need those things to be possible for the story to make the most sense. So they're doing that. And other than that, we do get a lot from Jaune this chapter of Jaune needing to learn that he is enough, that he doesn't need to be there every time for his life to have worth. He doesn't need to be on time to save people for his life to have worth. He was already on time to save people for a while, for decades. His life already had worth before he felt the need to be saving all these people. And all of that actions and all of the years that he spent here do kind of feel worthless, but it's up to him now to feel like he's always been worth it in absence of all of that, or despite all of that as well. So he and RWBY are very much foil characters here. Or they do have parallel character arcs to go through. At this point, we're just gonna have to see how that all shakes out. So thank you so much for sticking around. I hope you look forward to my reaction to the finale for RWBY Volume 9. Chapter 10 a week from now, if you're watching this as it airs on YouTube. So, like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. I'm Jaune Rising. Have a good one.